Greetings and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, where the Mexican Socialist Republic is facing up to a strange new world. A new world in which we have to actually care about places that aren't the Americas. It is a strange world indeed, and it is something that many of our poor Mexican brethren are struggling to deal with. However, the situation is as it is. We must reconcile ourselves with this new world that has been created by the treachery at Truk, as we like to call it. Gallardo, of course, is still gathering his men and generally getting rather frustrated about the fact that he's not going to be able to have a party at Lake Titicaca, and there will be no movie making, at least not unless we are able to somehow befriend the people of Peru, the new revolutionary Peru. I mean, I thought we were the bringers of revolution to Peru, and yet in stepped the USSR and set up this Comintern-loving revolutionary Peru Communist Party, which frankly I find kind of offensive. I mean, could we get military access? We actually could. We could get military access, and so Gallardo could possibly go down and have a party in the Lake Titicaca region. In fact, you know what? If we did that, let's just ask for it, because look, they're going to give it to us. Military access allows our armed forces to move through their country. Yes, give us your military access. Our request for military access has been accepted by revolutionary Peru. We may now move troops within their borders. Well, excellent. That's great news indeed. Look, their opinion of us has improved. Military access gives them plus 30. Wow, that's quite good. I didn't even know that such a thing could be done. And yet there you go. Obviously, the diplomats, old Dino here, has gone down to see his clone and ally in the revolutionary Peruvian government. Had a chat with them, explained that obviously we're a little bit upset, and negotiated the all-important access to Lake Titicaca for Gallardo, who is just going to go down. Look, he's just going to go down to Lake Titicaca with his men to begin the import. He's going to get attrition for like marching through all of these like jungles and mountains and stuff. But I mean, he really wants to. He really wants to. Maybe we should just send him. Look, and we'll send the rest of his forces. Or maybe. Hold on. What about Bolivia? Bolivia is not aligned. We could take Bolivia. We could take Bolivia. Should we justify war on Bolivia? I think we should, you know. I think it should be done. Let's do it. Bolivia, we are going to justify a holy war against you. Our conquest of the Americas will resume. We cannot take the US just yet. I mean, not with their enormous border forces, especially now that obviously any war with the Allies is going to mean that our industrial heartland over here, our industrial estate, the Mexican Socialist Germanic industrial estate of Europe, is of course open to just being completely swamped by forces if we're not careful. So, you know, when we eventually go to war with the Allies, we'll either have to be able to actively defend it, although we are surrounded by Comintern here, aren't we? I think we might be. You know, we've got Comintern to the east of us, Comintern to the west. Here I am, sit in the middle with Comintern. Who's this? Denmark. Allies. We have allies to the north of us, but that's not too bad, I suppose. It's pretty good, in fact. For now, we're going to give the USSR the benefit of the doubt. I mean, we'll not forget the betrayal. Fear not. We are not going to forget, and we shall not forgive. Mexicans, certainly socialist Mexican Republicans, are a lot like elephants. They never forget, and they never forgive. And the USSR and Stalin's time will come in due course. But in the meantime, we're going to be pragmatic about this, and we're going to try and make friends. Look, what about Ecuador? Ecuador. Look, we can ask for military access with Ecuador as well. There we go. Let's do it. Military access with Ecuador, and in fact, if we're throwing in with Comintern here, let's just do it with let's just go the whole hog. Look, ask for military access from the Polish People's Republic. Just in case we decide we want to kind of like wander around out there, we're going to ask for military access to the Socialist Republic of Comintern as well. There we go. Yes. Oh, that's going to be fantastic. We have insufficient resources currently. What other resources are we needing here? It is just rubber. It is just the Queen's Own rubber, or the King's Own rubber. So we just have to build a few extra things before that comes about. We have exiled divisions. The Dominican Republic. Well, alright. We don't need military access to the Dominican Republic, but maybe they'll give it to us anyway. They will. Look, we'll totally take it then. We'll totally take your military access, improve our relations with you, and generally, we're playing nice. It's the long game right now. We're playing the long game with all of these treacherous countries that have turned to Comintern when they should have turned to the Green Dawn. But their time will come. Fear not, their time will come. First, did we start justifying our war? We did. Right, we've got 125 days for that. So, we will bring all of Gallardo's forces down to be able to conquer here. We'll also bring down... Oh, now here's the question. Do we bring down Bustamante for this war? Or do we send Bustamante to Europe? I mean, somebody should go to Europe, right? We do have... Yeah, look, we've got a small force of, like, Truk Chicos. We've got 5 Truk Chicos, 4 Truk Chicos, headed off to Europe right now to, I don't know, sort of like hang about there and things. I tell you what we'll do. Here's what we're going to do. Gallardo, your mountaineer forces can stay behind and can go and join the party at Lake Titicaca and possibly even get like a, you know, an extras roll or something. Join Gallardo and head down to the mountains to begin our glorious assault on Bolivia when the time comes. And Bolivia will be, if we cannot keep the countries that we were at war with previously and occupied, then we will take Bolivia. We will take Eastern Europe when the time comes. Hopefully they won't join Comintern in the meantime. That would be bad for us. Hopefully the US won't get annoyed at us conquering Bolivia as well. Paraguay is already an ally. What about Uruguay? Uruguay is not in a faction either, and Chile is not in a faction either, nor is Argentina, so we could theoretically conquer the rest of South America if they don't decide that they're going to start joining factions the minute we attack them, which of course is a danger, and especially if the US decides to get involved, we will struggle. However, I think, obviously Gallardo is not going to go to you, because Gallardo is like the quintessential Mexican socialist revolutionary. He even with the fact that we have taken territories overseas, he still sticks to the old ways and believes that the rest of the world is not worth his attention. And besides, he has Lake Titicaca, which of course is calling to him like a siren song right now, and so he's basically just, you know, given Martin Bustamante a call, and he said, look, the place in Europe, go there now, I'll be here. When you get back, you can come and have a party with me, or something along those lines. And Martin, of course, being the true and loyal soldier that he is going to accept this. He is going to travel with his men out to the far-flung reaches of the world. Military access has been granted with the Dominican Republic. Excellent. Thanks for that, boys. We still need more manpower. We've used a little bit of our political power. We also need to go to a war economy because clearly it's time to start scaling up to the war. I think we're struggling with our convoys at the moment. How's our production going? Production. Not bad. We really need more naval dockyards. Should we actually order up some naval dockyards to be built so that we can continue building the enormous and glorious canoe fleets to a force that shall be reckoned with? Can we put a naval dockyard in? Oh, I see. It's just the whole of Nicaragua. I thought we could, you know, like build it in the middle of an inland area there, maybe on the lake. But no, that's not the way. That is not the way that we do things around these parts. We just build them, and they then come. There we go. We'll order up 3 naval dockyards for now. Can't build. Soon we will build the nuclear reactors. How soon? Well, not that soon, as it turns out. 333 days, the boffins tell me, before our nuclear reactor technology will be ready to actually begin deployment. But once it is, the power that we will wield. We've got a couple of mech chicos here as well. Let's add those to Gallardo and bring them down. Can we go into like a port in military access land? Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. That's pretty good. They will be having a great time. Heavy Cruiser 3 has been completed. The boffins have completed the latest evolution of Frank's original Heavy Cruiser 1 that he managed to bring in on the back of quite a large lorry. The Heavy Cruiser 3, much more impressive. Look, we're right up to 1940s technology now. In fact, the next one would be 2 years ahead of schedule. So we'll stop that there. Armor, 1943. We'll actually wait, I think, for 1943, and then we'll go for super heavy tanks. Super heavy Mexican tanks of awesomeness will be rolled out across the land. Artillery. Oh, you know what we have to go for? We have to go for rocket artillery. We have to go for rocket artillery. I mean, we're all about the rockets now in the Mexican Socialist Republic. Rockets and rocket-propelled devices are where it's at. And also, of course, this does indeed help the Mexican film industry because rockets, as everybody knows, make for fantastic special effects. Plus, you know, people can get excited about space, rockets to the moon. Mexico, the Mexican Socialist Republic, will be the first to land people on the moon. That is another thing. Right now, Dino Enker is going to come out and he's going to make a speech. We mean to go to the moon. We mean to go to the moon and to other difficult things like harnessing black holes to tear a gap in time and space. Possibly. This is just a rumor. But we do mean to go to the moon before the end of this century, to ensure that it is ruled not by the hostile flag of the bourgeois with their freedom and liberty, but by the workers' flag of the Mexican Socialist Republic. And so, my friends, we shall make it so. I have instructed the boffins to begin researching this at once, and our friends at Guiado Wood, also known as Dino Wood, I believe, by some loyal members of the country, to begin working on many fine works of fiction to enlighten and educate us on the way of the moon. Which all sounds amazing, doesn't it? I'm sure that the boffins will get to work on that immediately. Meanwhile, Dino Enker has another speech to make about Bolivia. While we have consolidated the socialist society in the Mexican Socialist Republic, many nations still suffer under the despots of old. The workers of Bolivia have no voice, no means to organize, and any attempt to institute socialism will be crushed savagely by the Jose Luis Tejeda Sorono's regime. We cannot wait for the gears of the international revolution to turn for the Bolivian people. With the revolution, we have proven that we could crush the capitalist oppressors here, and we will crush the oppressors in La Paz as well. Wow. Dino Enker has abandoned all attempts at diplomatic rhetoric towards the QG-controlled Bolivia. The quest to eradicate all borders is now strictly focused on eradicating theirs. Bolivian workers, your liberation is near, and we have experimental rockets. The boffins have fired off the first experimental rockets. So excited were they, so inspired by Dino Enker's "We shall go to the moon" speech, that they have totally and completely managed to get some rockets to blast off the ground and not immediately explode, which I think everyone can agree is very exciting. Advancing the science of rocketry by improving the range and reliability of liquid-fueled rockets will teach us enough about the technology to allow construction of launch sites for more advanced models. Wow, fantastic. Speaking of more advanced models, that's quite far ahead of time right now. 363 days for rocket engines. Let's hold off on that. Maybe we can get like rocketry effort or something as our next national effort to give us a discount on that. Which means we have a spare boffin. Our rocketry boffin can go and do something else. And concentrated industry, also a little bit ahead of time. Maybe construction. Probably it makes sense either to go down the radar route here or to... You know what? Let's go down the radar route. We haven't had radar. We haven't done any radar research for a long time, and radar research doubles up as broadcaster research for the Mexican Socialist Televisia network, which of course wants to reach now all around the globe with its newfound policy of actually caring about peoples beyond the Americas. Ask for military access request from the Socialist Republic of Germany. Wants to move troops through our territory. Well, okay then. Who is the socialist military thingy of Germany? Is that these guys? Socialist Republic of Comintern, Socialist Republic of Germany, yes, a member of Comintern. Well, that's just fine by me. I do not mind at all. Are our troops nearly here yet? Look, here they are. They've been on this epic journey from the Americas on our, most advanced troop transport canoes that have ever been seen. We've never journeyed this far from the Americas. They are literally, the most adventurous and far-reaching members of the Mexican Socialist Republic that have ever been known. I mean, admittedly, prior to the foundation of the Mexican Socialist Republic, in the olden days, I'm sure there were many Mexicans who traveled abroad. I mean, for starters, there was our Olympics team who traveled to Germany. In fact, maybe some of those Olympics teams are here as kind of interpreters and guides for this quite small invasion force. Speaking of invasion forces, we should probably get Martin. Oh, look, he's still not actually arrived. He's still not gathered here and is prepared to leave yet. Martin, when you're ready, we really would like some extra forces over in Europe for the eventual and hopefully rapid capture of East Germany to expand and consolidate the European industrial estate that we have. World news: Romania rejects Soviet demands. The Soviet Union has been concentrating significant forces along its border to Romania, and today Moscow issued an ultimatum to the Romanian government, calling for the immediate transfer of Bessarabia to its control. The region once belonged to the Russian Empire, which the Soviet Union sees as sufficient legal basis for their demands. In a defiant move, Bucharest has chosen to reject all Soviet territorial demands, and the Romanian army has been given the order for a complete mobilization. Internal observers expect Soviet forces to cross the border at any moment. Interesting. Oh, I mean, now that we care somewhat about Europe, this could be very destabilizing for the European bloc. Soviet Union has declared war on Romania. Look, immediately, battles have begun all along the border. Who's this? Hungary. Hungary is a member of the Comintern as well, the Hungarian People's Republic. What is this going to mean for Europe? Oh, look! Oh, wow! The Socialist Republic of Germany is already starting to lose territory. Is Romania part of the Allies? Oh, Romania is a member of the Allies. It looks like it's kicking off between the Allies and Comintern. This could be good for us. On the other hand, it's quite soon, and another global war means our own justifications of war may trigger our enemies to join one side or the other. This could be troubling for us. This could be very troubling, but we shall see. Bomber focus completed. Excellent. Let's go for aviation effort 2, and then we can go on to rocket effort to speed up development of rocket and jet technology, which of course will just be absolutely smashing. Super smashing and also great. I just can't wait until we've got formidable and advanced weaponry with which to face the rest of the world. Meanwhile, this small advanced force, why don't you move up and just sit on the border with East Germany? I don't see any forces there at the moment. It may just be that we don't have sufficient intel, but even with our forces right on the border, look, there's nothing there at the moment. This could be a stunning victory, another stunning victory, a comeback victory, if you will, for the Mexican Socialist Republic. How long have we actually got for war here? We have 62 of 125 days. So we've got about another 62 days, or so, 63 days. Are you going to be there by then, Martin? Message from China changes their diplomatic status with us. Cancel non-aggression pact. Well, China. I'm not sure if I should be offended by that or not. Frankly, I think you're being a little bit ridiculous. Gallardo, why don't you distribute your forces here a little bit and prepare for the ultimate invasion whilst having the party. Obviously, the party is well underway now at Lake Titicaca, and in fact, they're just waiting on the Mexican film industry peoples to arrive from Gallardo Wood with their flying film cameras and, scantily clad ladies and other such things, which, I mean, I don't want to make any judgments about Gallardo and the type of film that he's choosing to make here on Lake Titicaca, but I hear that it's going to be quite racy. I mean, that's apparently he's like trying to enter like a new kind of artistic phase in his film career. So we'll see. It's not going to be like an epic or an action flick like his previous escapades have been. But he is still the most charismatic man alive. So like gathering funding has just been, incredibly simple for him. Lewis up here, Louis Farrell, is still guarding the border with his fairly small forces against what looks like a disturbingly large build-up of US forces along the border. And look at all of these. Hold on. Let's just pause it. We've got loads of requests here. Japanese People's Republic wants to move troops through our territory. Why? No. The Soviet Union wants to move troops to our territory. Yes, the Soviet Union can, because they may well need to in order to fight the Allies in Europe. The Democratic People's Republic of Korea wants to move troops through our territory. I don't think so. Mongolia, no. The Republic of Spain, why would you even... No. Polish People's Republic, you can, because you're actually on our border and you might need to. The Libyan Socialist Republic wants to move troops through our territory. Okay, I guess. Hungarian People's Republic wants to move troops to our territory. You can as well. Czechoslovak Union wants to move troops to our territory. Fine, look, we're playing nice with Comintern right now. We're playing nice, and as long as they don't get in the way of our invasion of East Germany here, that's all fine. In fact, the nicer we are playing with them, the less likely they are to get involved with this conflict, which suits us just fine, because I can't imagine the Allies will. Not for a communist country. What have we got here? Modified government. We've still got low manpower, but I also I'm kind of concerned about our production, probably more so than our recruitment at the moment. So let's go to a war economy. War economy! Military factory construction speed of plus 20%, civilian to military factory conversion of minus 20%, military to civilian factory conversion of minus 20%. One of the following must be true. But you know what? Do we actually need to increase our military factory construction speed? I'm not sure we do. Does that mean construction of military factories or military factories construction speed? Do you catch my drift? Like, we build military factories faster or military factories build things faster? I don't know. I don't know which one of those is actually true. Hold on. We've got stuff happening. Research finished. Close air support 2. Excellent. Our aircraft and also towed artillery. Fantastic. Our aircraft are creeping ever closer to that glorious day when we shall have jet fighter technology in the hopefully near future. I think we need strategic bombers in order to deliver nuclear weapons at some point should we want to, should we decide that nuclear weapon delivery is something that we want to do. That said, we're probably more likely to make use of our tactical bombers in the short and medium term, so let's continue development of those. And what was the other thing that we finished? It was rocket artillery. Rocket artillery has been completed. Let's immediately upgrade our rocket artillery to the next level. Martin, are you ready to actually deploy? Oh, Martin is nearly assembled and ready to deploy. Look, Dino Enka questions East German sovereignty. Who determines whether the Mexican Socialist Republic cares even a little bit about the people of the rest of the world beyond the Americas? Well, I tell you now, Stalin himself is the one who determines this. And it is therefore just and right that the Mexican Socialist Republic claims the heartland of Germany as more industrial capacity for our war machine. The people there will live under the workers' revolution, and perhaps in time we will spread the Mexican socialist message across all of the world. And also the moon. Don't forget the moon. We really want to get to the moon. But whatever we do, we must rally behind this cause, my people. Yes, we must rally behind that cause, indeed. Let's also get Martin Bustamante on his ship as quickly as possible. We have to wait for this one lagging troop to arrive before we can actually dispatch them. Come on, man. Come on. Is that it? Is it just infantry? All he has left is infantry. We've also got some of these guys, Truk Chicos, who are belonging to this unit. And... well, okay, fine. Do we need to send those? I don't think we do. We don't want to, overcommit forces to the European theatre. I mean, if we get attacked there, the chances of us actually holding it are probably pretty slim. So we're just going to send Martin on his own with a bunch of infantry. The People's Republic The People's Democratic Republic of Ethiopia has capitulated. The Ethiopian government has gone into exile and their main forces have capitulated to the Netherlands, who is now in control of their home area. The struggle between the Netherlands and the People's Democratic Republic of Ethiopia was only a small part of the conflict. The war between allies and what remains of Comintern continues elsewhere. The allies and Comintern are going at it. Look, Martin has arrived, his troops have gathered, he is going to ship out even, to here, just south of Hamburg, just in case we need a little bit of forces here, even if we have to kind of like abandon some of the territory and just try and hold, I don't know, some of it, or maybe we'll need them for the battle here, I don't know. He's been told to go to Europe, and go to Europe he shall. Martin is nothing if not diligent and conscientious. We were in the middle of trying to decide what to do here, weren't we? Let's experiment. Look, okay, let's take a look at our production. So any one of these will do. We'll go improved artillery, making 21.6 a day. So if we go to war economy, okay. Also, our tactical bomber research is finished. We'll come back to that in a second. We're now making 21.6 a day. It hasn't changed. Unpause it. It hasn't changed. All right, so what we should do is actually build military factories now, and convert some of our factories into military factories. How long do we actually have for the war justification here? It is like 12 days. 12 days away. We're already kind of like passing the 30-minute mark. But let's just unpause it. Let's just keep it going. Martin, where are you? Are you nearly here? Are you going to arrive in time to join in the invasion of East Germany? Is Martin Bustamante going to bust the manties of all of the East Germans all at once in a massive and epic way, or is he not going to arrive in time? I don't know. I mean, those canoes, those troop transport canoes, are not the fastest things in the world, it has to be said. But he is definitely on his way. How long have we got, time-wise? It's counting down now, look. 6 days. It's less than a week. We are less than a week from the potential invasion. They haven't joined Comintern yet. They haven't joined the Allies yet. How is this? Wow, look at that. The French have... The West Germans, the Socialist Republic of Germany, has just been swallowed up by the Allies completely and totally. It's just got a tiny little bit left. Wow, okay. I mean, I don't think they're going to survive, basically, are they? I think there's even more reason why we need you, Martin. We need you to come in here and preserve the borders of the East German industrial estate zone of the Mexican Socialist Republic. Justification for conquering the Pommern for the Mexican Socialist Republic is finished. Alright, let's take a look. They're still unallied. We are going to declare war. I don't think I'm going to wait. I'm not going to wait at all. I'm going to give them a chance to turn to anyone. Martin, I'm afraid you are late. I just hope they don't have any meaningful forces to counterattack us with. Do it. Declare the war. The Mexican Socialist Republic has called Colombian Socialist Republic as our ally in the Mexican East German War. Mexican Socialist Republic declared war on East Germany. Okay, let's... There's nobody in... Let's split our forces. We'll try and do like a lightning attack on Berlin and Stettin. We're going to split our forces in two. 2 truck chicos to Berlin, 2 truck chicos to Stettin, both loaded down with Mexican tequila, which we're just going to start handing out to the workers of East Germany as we pass by, along with leaflets written by the finest speechwriters of Dino expressing the Mexican socialist way as being the one true path for all the peoples of the world, and inviting the East Germans to join us on our epic quest to ultimately spread Mexican socialism to the moon and beyond, and other such things like that. Plus there'll be like some kind of like they'll like have little mobile movie theaters that they can set up and show Gallardo movies to people along the way. Look, let's just hope there's no actual resistance. Look, we've come in. East Germany has joined Comintern. What? East Germany has joined Comintern? What has happened? How has this happened? How could they have joined Comintern? This makes no sense. This makes no sense at all. Just keep invading. Are we at war with Comintern now? I really hope we're not at war with Comintern. I don't think we are, you know. I mean, maybe the message just hasn't gotten... Let's just split our forces. We've got to have to go to here as well, look. Magdeburg! Magdeburg. Martin, we need you as well. Let's unpause it. The Treaty of Stettin! National focus completed. Aviation effort. Excellent. All things are happening all at once. Let's just okay that for now. It looks like East Germany has capitulated. They tried to sign up with Comintern. Comintern, once again, Stalin tried to backstab us, the git. But it seems that it has not availed him. We were able to seize East Germany before anybody knew what was going on, or at least we seem to have done. We are currently in a peace conference. It seems like even the United States somehow has a war score of 20. Weirdly. Can we just take all states? We can take all states. That's what we're going to do then. We've taken East Germany. Nobody else can do anything, and that's all there is to it. The Mexican Socialist Republic sent in Trotsky with just a massive, like, rubber stamp, and he just stamped a massive claimed on East Germany, and nobody had the balls to challenge him. So there we go. It has been done. Peace conference is over. The Mexican Socialist Republic took 2 states. East Germany was annexed. 131 equipment has been seized. Oh, yes, that's the way we do it. Look, we've got to choose a new research for our new research slots. So we should probably go for... Oh, look, did we complete Tactical Bombers? Tactical Bombers 2? Tactical Bombers 3, we could get 50% improvement on that. We could maybe start down Strategic Bombers. Let's get Infantry Weapons 3. It's been a while since Gallardo got any new toys to play with for his soldiers, and so Infantry Weapon 3 it is. Personal and crew-served weapons for infantry, as well as various other bits of kit a soldier needs. Further modernized to include assault rifles and anti-tank rockets. Oh yes. Very good. Let's research that. That, I think, is the right thing to do. We now have more military factories. Look, we've got an extra 5 military factories out of East Germany. Not quite as many as I would have liked, but nonetheless, it's still quite good. We also need to change our tactical bomber to Tactical Bomber 2 construction. We'll do that to be able to do that for close air support. Close air support 2 as well. Those rubbish old original air support, close air support 1s all this time when we really shouldn't have been doing so. We should probably start constructing our heavy cruiser 3s as well, shouldn't we? Let's do that. Let's put this down to like 1 on submarines, and we'll add a new construction for Heavy Cruiser 3, have them join the 1st Canoe Fleet of Mexico, and put in all of the available dockyards to begin constructing of our very first heavy canoe class vessels. They're going to be, I mean, they're going to be just the absolute demons of the sea. Excellent. Well, East Germany has capitulated. That seems like an appropriate place to finish it for now. Next time around, we can sort out our supply issues, our trade issues that we need to do. We can set a new national focus for ourselves. We'll have to sort out our manpower. We'll have to decide how much of the South Americas we are able to take before they ultimately decide to, join one side or the other. Hopefully, Comintern is not too upset with us, even though East Germany somehow managed to sneakily sign on with them right before we kind of, just absorbed them into ourselves. I think everybody has just accepted it. They've accepted. There's just more going on at the moment for them to worry about, and so the fact that we have seized East Germany has merely been accepted. The fact that West Germany is just completely folding to a Parisian and Dutch attack is probably of greater concern. But these concerns will all have to be addressed next time. Until then, thanks a lot for watching, everyone. I have been Weird Wizard, and I will see you later.